Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Soon to be back with some more Fate's Day Night, but I wanted to try something just a little bit different to start streams. This might literally just be a one-time only thing, but like, in case you don't know, in case you've only been in the stream for like 5 seconds, I am a lover of the musical theater, and I am going to bust out into musical theater songs just like whenever they pop into my head, aka whenever a line of dialogue comes up that happens to line up with a musical theater number that I think of off the top of my head. But I want to try to make it like a little bit, do like a little bit more official, and like really work my musical theater like actual skills and try to like stay warmed up, because like I haven't done a show in like 5 years, and I do want to keep practicing because ideally I would be going back to do musical theater at some point in the future, but I haven't really gotten the chance to like legitimately really practice outside of just randomly singing at times. But I want to add a little bit more gravitas to it, so I want to actually practice with an actual karaoke track behind me to like keep me in tune, keep me in rhythm, keep me in the right key. So it's something I want to try. I want to commit to it and try to do it like at the start of my streams. Although the second I get a copyright strike, I'm probably going to stop. So this might be this literally might be a one-time only thing. So I've recently tried to do an audition thing, so I'm going to practice with that a little bit. We're going to be doing a little bit of the Santa Fe prologue from Newsies. Has a bit of a duet at the end of it, but we'll work with it. So let's try this out. Wanna play? With my usual, of course, I've got the usual issues of like I'm trying to stream, so like doing a second thing on my computer might just break everything. I had it preloaded, so I thought it would work easily. It's not going to work easily, it looks like. There we go. Yeah, kind of, almost, sort of. Oh, this might be rough. You keep your small life in a big city. Now give me a big life in a small town. They say folks is dying to get here. Me, I'm dying to get away to a little town out west that's spanking new. And while I ain't never been there, I can see it clear as day. And if you want, I bet you could see it too. Close your eyes, come with me, where it's clean and green and pretty, and they went and made a city out of clay. Why, the minute that you get there, folks will walk right up and say, "Welcome home, son, welcome home to Santa Fe." Planting crops, splitting rails, swapping tales around the fire, except for Sundays when you lie around all day. Soon your friends are more like family, and they's begging you to stay. Ain't that neat? Living sweet in Santa Fe. Hey, no one worries about no gimp leg in Santa Fe. You just hop a Palomino and you riding in style. Teaching me riding in style. Hey, I bet you a few months of clean air, you could toss that crutch for good. Santa Fe, you can bet we won't let them bastards beat us. We won't beg no one to treat us fair and square. There's a life that's worth the living, and I'm gonna do my share. Work the land, chase the sun, swim the whole Rio Grande just for fun. Watch me stand, watch me run. Hey. Don't you know that we's a family? Would I let you down? No way. Just hold on, kid, till that train makes Santa Fe. Not as bad a disaster as it could have been. It worked in the end eventually. Okay. Now we actually get to the actual part of the stream, where we play some good old-fashioned visual novel goodness. Just got to change the category. Back to the Fate Stay Night. Remastered. Which, don't be dumb. I know Fate Stay Night's in here. There it is. Don't make me scroll for it. Don't be weird. Don't be weird, Twitch. No one likes it when you're being weird. Be updated. Back to visual novel goodness. Enjoy your break. Go do whatever the heck you need to do. I need to get out of the New York accent. No, I don't have anyone with a New York accent. I haven't given anyone a bad New York accent. Think about it. Talking where we last left off. We'll reach the Grail Wars session. I don't know. We're in the, I assume, at the end of day 3. We had a fun time. I have no idea what the heck could trigger this event. I'm a little scared of what that could be. But we watched the fight between Archer and Lancer. We got stabbed in the heart. Our heart exploded. We got our heart back. Then we got to meet Saber. She's a really pretty lady. And then Saber fought Lancer, which was super scary. And now we're just chilling with Lancer. We're chilling with Ren Tosaka. Let's see if I can get her a consistent voice today. And we're going to teach the protagonist what the heck the Holy Grail War is. Want to give her like a sharp voice. Like in my head, I'm thinking like Hermione Granger, like the straight up, even worse, expelled sort of thing. So not like Ditsy Valley Girl like I gave her originally, just like really, like a little bit short, a little bit sharp with her voice. Well, this place is roomier than I expected, and the Japanese style of this room is unique. Hey, I'm glad that you came in, Rune. How are you doing today? Before we just dive into everything, hey, shout outs to all the people. Shout out to Harkin. Harkin's like the nicest person in the freaking universe, and is playing. It's hilarious. Like I saw Harkin say, just like, I'm gonna take a step back from RPGs for a while, and then starts doing like 3 Wild Arms series at the same time. Harkin, you're a freaking madman. And we have Rune Kaiden, who's also playing a little bit of Wild Arms, along with a few other things, including Final Fantasy 14, if you're interested in that. And Skeeth, my buddy from the story arc. They constantly write stuff, and if, Skeeth, you have anything you want to promote, feel free to put it in the chat, because you're a good writer who writes all sorts of JRPG stuff that I really enjoy. Although, I think your latest article I'm going to skip, because it's like, I don't want to risk even the slightest spoiler for this game. You get paid to write about Fate today. That's a good life. That is absolutely fantastic. That thing is already messed with the sinuses. Alright, sinuses, I will defeat you today. Let's do this. Oh, Emiya, is this the sitting room? I should really stop thinking for now. It's like, I've got a new heart. I don't need a new brain today. I don't want that to blow up either. Now's the time to pay attention to what Tosaka has to say. I turned on the lights. It's already past 1 in the morning. It should be nap time. Whoa! It's so cold in here. Hey! The windows are broken? Not my fault, it's that stupid Lancer guy. I didn't really have time to worry about the windows. Kinda worried about him stabbing me in the heart. Again! I see. So you were fighting the guy all by yourself until you summoned Saber? I'd say I was more of a punching bag than an opponent. Huh. So you don't try to act all tough, I see. You really are exactly as I thought. I don't know what's so amusing to her, but Tosaka just walks over to the broken window. Huh? Tosaka picks up a broken piece of glass, stares at it for a second. Minute. She cuts her fingertip and lets a single drop of blood fall on the window. Oh, you're making it even dirtier. Dang it, Ren. Ah! What kind of magecraft is this? The shattered window begins to reassemble itself, returning to its original undamaged state in mere seconds, only now with Rin blood in it. Tosaka, what did you just do? Just a little demonstration. It's not really a fit thank you for saving me back there, but I figure I should be gracious. Well, I'm sure you would have fixed it without my help, since doing it this way is just a waste of magical energy. I know you could have replaced the windows, but I'd rather not talk in the cold. He says all this is like this is just normal. Her skills are just beyond my comprehension. That's amazing, Tosaka. I can't do anything like that. All I can do is put rods of metal into my spine, and even that usually goes poorly. So I appreciate you fixing them. What? You can't do this? That can't be right. And handling glass is one of the most basic skills. Fixing broken glass is like an entrance exam for any school. Is it? I only know what my old man taught me, so I don't really know what you consider basics. Huh? Tosaka stops abruptly. Poop. It sounds like I said something I shouldn't have. Whoopsie. Wait a minute. Are you telling me you're not even a full-fledged mage with his own workshop to manage? I don't have a workshop. I have like a back room where I fix some stuff. That's kind of a workshop. I think it's pretty cool. Well, it's more like a shed, but calling it that a workshop would probably just make her angry. Don't tell me. Do you not know how to handle the 5 great elements? Or make a magical path? Yeah, I nod. This is just gonna make her even more mad. Uh-oh. This is terrifying. As beautiful as she is. It gets kind of intense when she goes quiet. So you're what? A complete amateur? Not exactly. I can do some strengthening magecraft. Strengthen. Kind of a useless skill if you ask me. So you don't know anything else. Sokka just stares at me. Honestly? Probably not. Yeah, we're kind of pathetic. Luckily, like, Saber was the last one in the gacha machine, so we're lucky we ended up getting her. Her stare is so intense, I can't help but be vague with my answer. We could have gotten Lancer. I just don't know how the likes of him summon again, I just told you, Saber was literally the last choice remaining. I'm good. He sighs disappointed. Humph. Well, I don't much care for that. You're being a little rude about this. Not like I've been playing around here. Sure, I'm not a full-fledged mage, but that's not the issue here. Fine. What's done is done. There's no sense in complaining now. More importantly, I owe you, and I need to pay you back. Tosaka takes a breath. So, exposition time. Let me start. Do you really not know anything about the position you are in here? I nod. Thank you, screen, for nodding with me. I knew it. Pretty obvious, but wanted to check. You wasted time if I explained this to you like you knew everything. Like a bit of extra mental flab. We've kind of gone over most of this in the prologue, so there's a decent chance I actually am going to skip this. That was a weird word to say, but I feel like if I get smart with her, she'll smack me. Will I like that? I don't know if I'll like that, so I'm not going to do it. You've been selected to be a master. See those sacred marks on your rock? They vary from person to person, but they're typically on the back of your hand. There should be 3 strokes. That mark proves you're a master. Oh, you mean this? Take good care of it. Those spells control the servant. What do you mean, as long as I have them? Command spells are absolute orders. We already know about this. If anyone has any questions about the actual lore of this because you didn't see the prologue or you don't know about the Fate universe, please speak up. I will attempt to explain it, or I will actually let the characters explain it. Whichever happens first. I'm going to die! Yeah, Masters defeating Masters is pretty much how a Holy Grail war goes. And the Master who defeats the other 6 are rewarded with the Holy Grail. Whoa, what? The thing with the Jesus and the Mary and the cup and the blood and the... I don't understand what the heck she's saying. Masters defeat Masters and the Grand of the Holy... As the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail. Still don't get it? You've been dragged into a game. It's called Fate Stay Night, and you're stuck here until you're like 100 hours in with a whole lot of reading. It's a fight between mages until only one remains. This Sokka talks like this like it's totally normal. Okay. Everything she had swirls in my head. I was chosen as a master. She says she's a master. There are familiars called servants. And there's a Holy Grail war. It's battle to the death. It's like a battle royale, like that one anime. What's a battle royale anime? Can't think of one that involves a battle royal. Like a Fortnite. It's like a Fortnite. I understand your confusion. I'm only telling you the truth here. And I'm sure you understand deep down, you're in no position to run. Since you've nearly been killed once. Well, we kind of were killed. I'm counting the heart explosion as a straight-up kill. True, that Lancer guy did nearly kill me. Oh, right, you weren't almost killed. Okay, thank you, Tosaka. Tosaka's comments the final nail in the coffin. She's right. The dude killed me. I was super dead. F's in chat for me. There was no chance for me to talk him out of it. That's why I'm backing out of this. I don't want to do this. This is dumb. Got it? Okay. I'm going to tell you more. I don't know why there's a Holy Grail in the first place. But what I do know, every few decades, 7 masters are selected and they are given service. Every few like the last one happened 10 years ago. So like, is it an every 10 years ago thing? Is a random amount of time? I am also one of the chosen masters. That's why I formed a contract with Archer. He's super cool. Totally think he's cool. Yeah, he's totally not a jerk. Think of a servant as a familiar given to you by the Holy Grail. And as masters, we need to work with our servants to get rid of the other masters. Does that mean you're going to kill me? Tosaka kind of explains it matter-of-factly, but still feels kind of unreal. But one thing she mentions does raise a question. Wait, you say Saber's a familiar, but I kind of don't think she is. I think she's a pretty girl. Ooh. Familiars are like cats and birds. Sure, there's some folks who use ghosts, but Saber has a physical body. Plus, she doesn't look like a familiar to me. She looks too pretty for that. I glance over at Saber. She's been quiet the whole time. She looks like a human to me. I don't know who she is, but she looks to be about a girl the same age as me. A familiar. Well, servants might be in that category, but they're on a different level. See that girl over there is a ghost liner. Ghost liner? Considered to be one of the strongest of all the... Ghost liner? What? Like, I wish this game was a little bit like the science adventure visual novels where like they will like straight up have dictionary definitions you can go to for a lot of the phrases, because please explain ghost liner right now. A ghost liner, so she really is a ghost? The spirit of a human who died long ago. The residual thoughts of a person of exceptional ability who remains in this world even after their death. But that doesn't make sense. Ghosts don't have physical bodies. Ghosts can only hurt other ghosts. Liners are magical beings. A ghost liner is a liner who is a ghost. Thank you. I don't think I've ever heard liner before when it comes to magical beings. Wait, so not only do we have these ghost liners, like, Shin. Emiya, my dude. You're talking as though ghosts are an actual thing. I know we have now we have ghost liners, but are just regular ghosts a thing now? Like, he's talking to us like, yeah, ghosts are a thing. A ghost? Well, they are similar, but Saber will kill you if you keep thinking like that. Servants are incarnated heroes of the past, so they are a kind of spirit well beyond humans. Ghosts are a thing of this world yet. Fine. Okay. Alright, need a drink for that one. Alright. Thank you for the lore. Oh boy. Incarnated heroes of the past. That's right. Whether they're from history or the modern world, these spirits of dead, legendary heroes are summoned and materialize here. Now I need to worry about, are we going to run into werewolves, vampires, Nessie? Zombies? Ah! You introduced ghosts and now everything's out of whack in my head. Well, the role of Master is to summon them, and the Holy Grail is what helps with the materialization. There's no way a mere mage could give spirits form. We need to rely on powerful artifacts. Wait a second, are you saying a hero from the past is what? I look at Saber. Vampires, werewolves, and zombies are literally what Tsukihime is about. I'll worry about Tsukihime maybe someday. Maybe. I'm not worrying about Tsukihime now. Why? So many visual novels out there. Some of which are actually made by humans and crafted. She's a hero of the past too? Well, sure. Nobody in the modern era would dress like her, but still. But that's impossible! I've never heard of magecraft like that. Dude, your dad taught you for like 5 years before he died, and he didn't teach you everything. Whatever. Of course not. This isn't magecraft. Just think of this as a phenomenon brought by the Holy Grail. Otherwise, there's no way a soul could be recreated and actualized. Actualized? Oh boy. Recreation of a soul? Does that mean these servants are different than the phantoms? Is the Phantom of the Opera in Fate? If so, yes. Heck yeah. Can I dump Saber for the Phantom of the Opera? I want to duet with him. Or her. Knowing the Fate, Phantom of the Opera is probably a her now. No. Once something, whether it be human, animal, or machinery, achieves something great, they are removed from the cycle of reincarnation and sublimated into something of higher rank. Okay, reincarnation. Reincarnation's totally a thing. Got it. Phantom of the Opera is a servant. He's a guy and a berserker. Heck yeah. Why couldn't I have had Oh, because someone else has berserker. I now hate the person who has the berserker even more. They've ruined everything. They've ruined my dreams. They've ruined my dreams of an operatic duet. They are a kind of pseudo-gods who are all worshipped in some way or another. Seances, mediums, and other common magecraft that deals with spirit just borrows spirit powers. Servants are heroic spirits used as familiars. That's why they typically accompany you in spirit form and materialize wherever it's time to fight. They're needed. So they can switch between spirit and corporeal. Don't see your servant. Does that mean he's a spirit? The spirit with his neck cut open right now? No. He's healing his wounds at my compound summoning circle. Remember Saber stabbed him? It was kind of rude of her. If I'd made him withdraw even a heartbeat later, it would have annihilated him. Listen, only servants in spirit can defeat other servants in spirit. We can attack them when they're materialized, so we might be able to defeat them like that. But you've noticed all the servants are super duper strong? Like mega super duper strong? That's why we should leave the monsters to deal with the monsters, and the masters hang back and support. Kasaka's explanation ticks me off. I don't know what other servants are like, but calling servants monsters doesn't feel like a fair description of Saber. I mean, she's so pretty. Anyway, humans become masters, use their servant to defeat other masters. You get it? In theory, yeah, I'm still not oh, come on, be convinced! Don't make me go through more exposition! What kind of sick mind thought to do this in the first place? Okay, that is actually a good question that we haven't addressed. That I don't know, nor could I answer if I did. That sort of question goes to the person overseeing the Holy Grail War. Only thing I can tell you is you really don't have a choice but to fight. Use your servant well because they're power. It's like a Triwizard tournament from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Your name comes out of that goblet, you're doing this. You are in all the way, whether you like it or not. Binding magical contract. We're not giving any further descriptions. That's just what it is. Go with it. As Tasaka says, she turns to Saber. Saber, after talking to Emiya, looks like you're not in complete form. You're incomplete since you were summoned by a stupid idiot who has no idea what it means to be a master. Yes, you are correct. I am not in my complete form. Shiro does not have enough magical energy to fully materialize me, which means reverting to spirit form and replenishing magical energy are difficult. I'm surprised. Your situation is even worse than I expected. And I didn't think you'd be so honest. I was actually kind of trying to find out your weakness? Like, you really shouldn't have told me all that. I am reluctant to reveal my weakness to an enemy, but I also do not think I can deceive you. There's no point in hiding our situation from you. As such, we are better off if you know our circumstances and give Shiro a better understanding of our situation. Exactly! How insightful of you! Erg! I can't believe it! Only I was Saber's master. I would have been as good as won this thing. Tosaka, are you saying I'm not fit to be her master? But what about her friend? Obviously not, you freaking sham. Didn't have to be so rude about it. Oh, anyone with a heart might have softened the blow a little bit. Lancer, explode your heart too? Is that why you're being so heartless? How could you be so heartless? What, you have more questions? She doesn't realize how hurtful her words are. My feelings. They're bleeding. My image of her as the perfect honor student slowly crumbles. Isai sure was right about her. She's fiendishly relentless. Now that we're in a good spot, let's get going. This is kind of weird. Where are we going? I told you, we're going to see the guy who knows about this. The Holy Grail War you got roped into? You want to know what happens? Yeah, but where are we going? It's super duper late. I want to sleep. It's fine. It's just in the next town over. We get back before dawn. Plus tomorrow's Sunday, so it doesn't matter if we're up late. I might have had things to do on Sunday. But that's not the issue. So much has happened and I'm super tired. Kind of had my heart blown up. You kind of need a nap when that happens. I just want to rest. What, you don't want to go? Fine. What about you, Saber? For some reason, she's asking Saber's opinion. Ew, she's asking a girl's opinion. Ew. Saber's got nothing to do with this. Don't push her. Already acting like a master, are we? You don't like me talking to Saber? It's not like that. It's just, if everything you said this whole time is true, that would mean Saber's a hero of the past. That means she doesn't know anything about the modern era. We're going to get into some sitcom hijinks. That's why. Shiro, you are incorrect. Servants adapt to the time as long as they're summoned in the human world. What? Servants can adapt at any time as long as they are summoned in the human world. I am very well of this age. You are? Really? Of course. This is not the first time I have been summoned to this age. What? Seriously, what are the odds? Ah, Sasaka's surprised too. That must Saber is at least somewhat unusual. Shiro, you agree with her? You lack knowledge as a master as you contracted servant. I would prefer that you... Dang it! Stupid for not real... Okay. Saber's the only one who's calling him Shiro. I need to frickin' note that. If I say Shiro, it's probably Saber. Shiro, I agree with her. Your lack of knowledge as a master. As your contracted servant, I would prefer that you be stronger. Saber silently judges me. The look on her face tells me she's saying this for my sake and not for her own safety. Fine, I guess I gotta go, don't I? So where is this place? We can still get back there, right? Of course we can. Our destination is Kotomin Church, just the next town over. That's where the sham priest, the one who oversees the whole battle, lives. She flashes a grin. She just flashed a grin. She didn't flash anything else. It's the look of someone who enjoys teasing me, since I have no clue what's going on. At least that's what I think. I'm starting to believe Tasaka has a nasty side. A real nasty side. What have we gotten ourselves into? We walk through the town at night. It's 1 in the morning and no one's out at this hour. The houses are dark and Sleepy Town is cast only in the streetlight's pale glow. Hey, Tasaka, are you planning to walk to the next town? Oh, crud. I just remembered something and have realized something, I think. Okay, theory crafting time. I think I just realized who might have been Lancer's master. Yesterday, we got word that a family of 4, 3 of them got stabbed, got pierced by something. And our boy Shiro, as soon as he saw Lancer fight, was just like, oh, I think that was Lancer who did that. They said, like, I think they said, like, the older sister survived, or maybe the younger sister survived. That older or younger sister is probably Lancer's master. Which means Lancer's master is a female, so... probably not Ilya. Not Sakura. Sadly not Sakura. I wish it was Sakura. Because that would mean that the other idiot was dead. I was thinking Shinji was Lancer's master at first, but no, I think it's one of the girls. So, of those 4, between Mitsuzuri, Tagusa, Makidera, or Himuro, I'm guessing one of those 4 is Lancer's master. My guess is Himuro still, but I think it's one of those 4 at this, based on what we have. We might meet more female students, but right now, based on what I have, it's one of those 4. Yay, theory crafting! Very excited for the mysteries to unfold. Ah, I can't wait. I can't wait, and I'm super terrified, and everything's gonna work poorly. Okay, is it safe? I'm going to quick skim this in case there's important dialogue, but I want to fast forward to the church. Everyone's gonna mess with us. Saber's super strong. I wasn't expecting Raincoat Saber. Oh, that brought me an exceeding amount of joy that I did not know was going to happen. Rin, what did Shiro mean by what he said earlier? I didn't quite understand. He really misunderstood the situation. He's an idiot. He was trying to say he'd swoop in and rescue us if someone assaulted us. Please don't let Shiro be as bad as I remember him being when it comes to that. That cannot be right. Shiro is my master. Our roles would be reversed if he did that. Yeah, he's probably not thinking anything like that. He doesn't care what mages and servants are. He probably just thinks he's a Giga Chad when he's not. Tasaka and Saber are on good enough terms to have a chat now. Saber's been quiet since I stopped her from leaving the house as she was. She refused to take off her armor, so I made her wear a raincoat. She's been quiet ever since. Now she's just following me and is only talking to Tasaka. Where are you going, Emiya? That is the wrong way. No. Where are you going, Emiya? That's the wrong way. We need to go to the bridge, right? It's a shortcut. I feel a little awkward walking right beside her, so I walked faster and took the side path. We're not dead. No, we're not dead yet. Are we going to run into another servant/master tonight? I'm going to guess no. I'm going to say we're not going to. All I need is get past the bridge. Didn't know there's a path here. Need to head to the park since the bridge is actual park too. Didn't come here to goof off. Where are we? Oh, we've got a branch. Okay. I think I'm going to pay attention because I don't know where the branch is going to be. There's no one on the bridge. Not surprisingly, since the bridge isn't exactly busy even during the day. People tend to take the bus or train to get to the next town, so the pedestrian bridge doesn't see much use. Pretty good distance, and the bridge itself is a little unsteady, ooh, so people might worry it could collapse at any time. I'm sure that's not going to foretell this bridge collapsing while we're on it at any point in the future. Probably why this isn't a popular spot for dates, even though the location and ambiance are perfect. What is in your head, Shiro? What's in your head, Shiro? Stop thinking about such stupid stuff. Yay, our stuff is working today. I forgot to check it before the stream started. I refreshed the thing after stream last time, and yay, it worked. You're off for dinner. Hope you have an amazing stream. Thank you for stopping in, Hawk, and you have yourself a lovely dinner. We will be enjoying visual novel greatness. And hello to you, Verst. Let us go ahead and promote our buddy Verst. Verst is getting back into the hang of the streaming thing. He's been doing a lot of Divinity Original Sin 2, but coming soon, sooner rather than later, we shall be participating in some more Phoenix Wright voice acting. If you're enjoying the voice acting here, you're definitely going to love the voice acting of the Phoenix Wright series, because like the freaking improv and stupid stuff we get up to is like some of my favorite stuff I've ever done on the internet. So much fun. Also follow Harkin if you're not. Harkin's a delight. Saber follows silently while Rin walks beside me. I hurry across the bridge as fast as I can and try not to think about the two pretty girls with me on this romantic bridge. Once we cross the bridge, Tosaka leads us to the suburbs. Yeah, no, Cardwiz guy's okay. Like, you can kind of follow Cardwiz if you enjoy, like, JRPGs, visual novels, musical theater. If you like any of those things, even a little bit, I guess I'd say you should give that guy a follow, like, comment, subscribe, bell thing, whatever. You can tell he's a cool guy because he has a cat emote. Anyone who has a cat emote is cool in my book. Yay, kitty emotes. If you got a kitty emote, please share it in chat because I love kitty emotes. The suburbs are especially prominent in that sense. There are gentle slopes and a hill that overlook the ocean. I don't know, we're always some bum. Oh, dear lord. I saw the Choose Your Legends 8 outfits and it's just like, I liked the Felix one, but all the other ones are just like, I don't like the choices they made with those. Ugh. It's like, I feel disappointed for the fans who voted for those characters to win the Choose Your Legends poll for Fire Emblem Fates. Not Fates. For Fire Emblem Heroes. Ugh. The church is at the top of the hill. Have you ever been? Nope, never. I'm kind of a mage, so I assume that disqualified me from going to church. I thought maybe the holy water would burn me. In a just world, Nino would all. I'll vote for Nino. I will absolutely vote for Nino. Now I probably won't vote for Nino because whenever the voting comes around, I always vote for like one character. I only vote for 7 games, one character for each. And from Fire Emblem 7, I'm always going to go with my boy Dorcas. Although Nino probably would be top 3. I see. So this is your first time. You might want to brace yourself. The church's priest isn't exactly the easiest man to deal with. You wish Joshua had a chance? Yeah, I wish Joshua had a chance too. He has a cool hat. Come on, that should be good enough for people to want to vote for him. How did Joshua do? Like Joshua, I could see Joshua getting in the top 20. Has he ever gotten the top 20? No, stop being sick. I want to talk to you, and I want to talk to you about video games and record another episode of the Emblem Sport Podcast, a podcast where we talk about Fire Emblem and usually some other nonsense. I never imagined a circumstance like this is what bring me to God's house. Should I have worn like a nicer clothes? I still have like heart explosion bloodstains on me. Am I allowed to wear that in a church? The top 20 of the first Choose Your Legend then dropped off. No, sorry. Next time I'll make sure Joshua is my Sacred Stones mode. Wow, this is amazing. The church is magnificent. The whole hilltop seems to be church grounds, and I'm greeted by wide open spaces. Room to make a big mistake. So we're in the visual novel. Let's look at the flowchart. We are at day 3 of Shiro. We're day 3 of the Fate storyline. We've literally just summoned Saber, and we're giving Shiro all of the exposition, and we're about to have a choice somehow. I don't know what this choice is, or if it's based on choices I made, or if I'm actually going to get to make a choice, but night 3 out of 15. We'll get there. We'll eventually beat this game, maybe. Maybe. I want to say we can try to do at least one day a stream, but I have no idea how long these days are going to be. Hopefully, like, this is like the longest day. Like, hopefully this and like the last day are the longest days, because this one will get all the exposition out of the way. And then, like, after we learn about the Holy Grail War, we can just go back to school and have a normal everyday school life. You feel like you've read the OG back in the day? Like, back when I first got into the thing, I definitely read a whole lot of stuff on, like, the Type Moon wiki about all sorts of stuff, but luckily I forgot 99% of it. Shiro, I will stay behind. We came all this way. I can't leave you behind. I mean, you're just a girl. My purpose is not to visit the church, but to protect you along the way. If your destination is the church, then you will not stray far from it, so I will wait for you here to return. There's no reason we need to fight in the Grail War. Let's just all drop out and just have a school. Let's just have a nice, like, romantic comedy sitcom situation with a little bit of stabbing of Shinji. Just a little bit of murder. Just a tiny bit of Shinji murder. It can be comedic. It can be like a South Park thing. Every episode we kill Shinji. He comes back the next episode, no one mentions it, and we just kill him again. I'm okay with this setting. Let's just kill Shinji over and over and over and over again. We'll all love it. I can't see her budging at this point, so I decide to respect her decision, because I respect woman. All right. I'll be back. For you, Saber. For you. Yes, and do not let your guard down, no matter who you are dealing with, Master. I dropped out of the Holy Grail War, and now I'm a regular high school student. Oh, no. Yeah, I'd watch that anime. I'd absolutely watch that anime in a heartbeat. I am in the middle of a, like, romantic comedy, like, binge on Crunchyroll right now. Like, finished up my Dress Up Darling, which is, like, the most adorable thing ever. Outside of, like, I think it gets off to a slightly rough start for my taste, but, like, as soon as, like, episode, like, 4 or so, that show picks up, in my opinion. I wonder who we will meet in this church. Probably just some nice church boys. The chapel is large and majestic, with a massive organ. It must see many visitors during the day, based on the numbers of pews. The priest must have incredible authority if he's responsible for a church. Again, we can already tell he has a massive organ based on the sound. Osaka, What kind of man is the priest? It's kind of hard to explain. I've known him for over a decade, but I still can't figure him out. Known him for over a decade? That's a long time to know someone. Are you two related or something? No, he's my guardian. On top of that, as a disciple, he's my senior and my second mentor. Senior disciple, as in a mage? Yeah, why is that such a surprise? Just like, I guess everyone's a mage in this town. He's a priest, right? Aren't priests forbidden from using magecraft? Mages and churches don't tend to mix well. Mages belong to a large organization called the Mage Association. But there's also a hidden group operating in the shadows of the most widespread religion. Not one normal people would ever hear or want to get involved with, known as the Holy Church. Heck yeah, you're a mage. I've seen you in the fighting games online. That is pure magic and sorcery and probably cheating what you do. The two have nothing in common. They may have a sort of surface alliance, but they're constantly trying to kill each other given half a chance. The church loathes heretics. They're out to eliminate anything inhuman in the world, including users of magecraft. Church's eyes, only saints are permitted to perform miracles, although the human miracles are heresy. There are no exceptions, even those within the church. Higher up the position of the church, the more forbidden the magecraft. Goes without saying, the more blessings one receives from God, especially someone who is in charge of church, likes the further distance they should be from magecraft. The Falcon Knee from way below. No! Can we summon Captain Falcon? Can Captain Falcon be summoned in the Holy Grail War? I say yay. He would be an excellent writer. He would be a writer who would win. Actually, I didn't know the priest was on our side. Yeah, he's the one supervising the Grail War, and he's definitely an agent. Well, whatever he's actually received, any blessings from God is an open question. Osaka's footsteps echo as she walks towards the altar. I'm not sure what you're supposed to be walking around here without a priest, but it's pretty late. The priest wouldn't be in the chapel at this hour. I guess he'd be in a private room. What's the priest's name? I think you said Kotomin or something earlier? His name is Kirei Kotomin. He's my father's disciple, and unfortunately, I've known him for over 10 years. If I had any choice, I'd rather not have met him. I assure you the feeling's mutual. I never wish to have a pupil who refused to respect her mentor. Tap, tap, I hear footsteps. A man slowly emerges at the far side of the altar. He must have noticed when we entered the chapel. I've been calling for you, Rin, but you haven't answered. Now you bring me a strange guest. Ah, so he's the 7th Rin. Too close! Right, he's a mage, but he's a complete amateur. It's super frustrating, dude. And the rule says to report here when someone becomes a master, right? It's a stupid rule your stupid group made up, so I figured I'd just follow it this time. How commendable of you. Well then, I must thank this young man. The priest slowly looks me over. What if you use Frollo's voice? Like fire, hellfire. If I could do a Tony J voice, if I could do that in an instant, I would. I could not do that justice. Like fire. I want to. Like, if I can make this dude sound like Megabyte, if I can make this dude sound like Frollo, I would do it in a heartbeat. I don't have that. Let us try. How commendable of you. Well then, I must thank this young man. The priest slowly looks over me. I was going for a liquid snake, but I can try this. I can try just like a really low voice. I unconsciously step back. I'm not afraid. Okay, I'm just a little bit afraid. And I don't sense any hostility from the priest, I guess. But the way he carries himself, it just gives off an indestructible aura of intimidation.
My name is Kiritsugu Kotomin, and I have been entrusted to run this church. What is your name, Seventh Master?
Shiro Emiya, but I don't remember signing up for this! I braced myself, glaring at the priest as not to buckle under the intimidating presence.
Shiro Emiya.
Huh? That intimidating aura grows super chilly. Oh boy. The priest smiles as if he's pleased. That smile of his, that darn smile, I can't explain it, but it freaks me the heck out.
I must thank you, Emiya. You have brought Rin here. If it wasn't for you, she would never have set foot in this church.
The priest makes his way to the altar. Tasaka, on the other hand, just looks super bored and just starts playing games on her phone. Do you have Angry Birds? Do you have Minecraft on there?
Then let us begin, Shiro Emiya. You are Saber's master, correct?
Not entirely true. I guess I kind of sort of formed a contract with Saber, but I don't know what's going on. If proper mages are the only ones who can be masters, you should probably pick someone else.
I see. This is a pity. Does he really know nothing, Rin?
I told you, he's a complete novice. You'll never need to teach him from the ground up. You're good at pushing people, aren't you? Asaka practically pawns me off to the priest, still looking bored. You at least have, like, the Star Wars Angry Birds one? Like, that was a fun one, because, like, you can get the bird, and he would wave his lightsaber around, and that would help destroy all the towers. And, like, literally, the second my clock says it turns 1 o'clock, I hear my cat scratching at the door for food. So, alright, we're going to go get the kitty some food. I will be right back. Now that stuff is working, I provide distraction that I hope is kind of slightly amusing at least. Streamlabs, work. Distraction time! Waku 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 waku. Love some papaya song. Don't know who said that. Alright. Back in good position. Try not to have absolute garbage seating. Here we go.
Oh, I see. So that is your plan. Very well. This is the first time you have depended on me for anything. It seems I cannot thank Shiro Emiya enough for bringing me this opportunity.
Emiya. Why is he evil laughing? The more I hear him talk, the more uneasy I get.
First, let me address some misconceptions. Listen to me, Shiro Emiya. The role of a master isn't something you can pass on to someone else, nor is it something that, after you have been chosen, you can simply quit.
Again, I told you, it's a frickin' Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire situation.
Once command spells are engraved on one's hand, there is no means by which they can resign from being a master, regardless of who they might be.
I can't quit. Oh, come on, why not?
Command spells are sacred marks. They are a trial placed upon masters. You can't simply forfeit because it's inconvenient. You will not be released from its pain unless the Holy Grail is obtained. That almost rhymed. If you want to resign from being a master, the only thing you can do is obtain the Holy Grail and have your wish granted. Do this, and everything can go back to normal for you, Shiro Emiya. Anything you desire, even ridding yourself of the impure mud within you, is possible. Why, even starting over is entirely possible.
I don't have mud in me. I put random metal rods in me, different from mud. I tried mud once. It did not end well.
And so you should desire it. Should the time come, you will be grateful for your luck in having been chosen as a master. If you wish to be rid of those unseemly burn scars you have, you simply have to accept that sacred mark.
What? I feel faint. The priest's words don't make any sense. The more I listen, the more I feel like it's being pretty straightforward. Yet his words permeate in my mind, staining me like blood, like the blood I have on my chest from the exploding heart thing. You're right, don't be obtuse. I just told you to explain the rules. I never asked you to open up old wounds. Her voice interrupts the priest's words. Tosaka! My confused mind snaps back.
I believe nothing else would sink in for someone like him. So though I would at least break down his morality while he was still confused. Well, I suppose kindness isn't always entirely for the benefit of the recipient. I must admit, I did enjoy that quite a lot.
Why is he being creepy? What, does helping you do any good?
Of course, helping people means saving yourself in the end. I suppose there's not much sense in me lecturing you about that, though.
Probably should have saved the feeding the kitty for the ad break. Oh well. We keep going for another 40 seconds.
Let me return to the matter at hand, Shiro Emiya. You find yourself involved in what is known as the Holy Grail War. It is a battle waged using 7 servants, commanded by 7 masters. I hope Rin at least told you that.
Yeah, she told me about the whole ridiculous thing and the Battle of the Death and whatnot.
Correct, but we are not indulging in such cruelty merely for entertainment. It is a ritual to determine who is worthy of obtaining the Holy Grail.
Going to use the ad break to hydrate quite a bit, and I will also play this because I want to.
Excalibur, Excalibur, from the United K, I'm looking for heaven, I'm going to California. Excalibur, Excalibur, Excalibur!
Heck yeah.
I need to reread Soul Eater.
That's a really good one.
For such a powerful item as that, rigorous trials must be conducted to determine who should possess it.
The heck with trials! I bet this priest doesn't think of the Holy Grail War as a trial at all. You keep saying Holy Grail, what the heck is that? Okay, so note to self. It's happened twice today, so I need to make more mental notes of when the ad countdown says, hey, an ad is about to be played, it doesn't immediately go into the ad. So it usually waits like 30 seconds or so before I go into the ad. Just need to make a note of that. Also going to use this time to clear out my sinuses, sorry. Sinuses are dumb. Allergies are dumb. The entire human body respiratory system is super duper dumb. Alrighty then. Let's do this. And we're back. The Holy Grail.
A goblet were said to have received the blood of a saint. Are we not allowed to say the word Jesus? Does Jesus not exist in the Fate universe? Is that why we're not going to have Jesus be one of the summons? Is that the excuse we're going to use? It's just like, it was just a saint, no names given. Don't want to possibly open up that rabbit hole of potentially summoning Jesus frickin' Christ into a war. In which case, I actually don't hate that. It is considered to be one of the greatest sacred relics of all time. It's said to perform a variety of miracles. One of the most widely held beliefs is whoever holds the Holy Grail can possess the whole world. He's got the whole world. In his hands, he's got the whole wide world. In his hands, he's got the whole world. In his hands. So what is it, Kirai Kotomine? Is the Holy Grail you speak of really the Holy Grail?
Of course it is. The Holy Grail that appears in this town is real. If you want proof, the appearance of the servants themselves is a miracle, is it not? Summoning heroic spirits from the past and utilizing them. It is a miracle close enough to a resurrection of the dead that it could be considered magic. A Holy Grail of such power must in turn grant its owner limitless power. When considering the truth of how powerful it is, the authenticity hardly matters.
So what he's saying is that as long as the object possesses power that surpasses the real thing, doesn't matter whether it's real or fake. Fine, let's just assume it's really a Holy Grail. Why would something like a Holy Grail war happen? If the Holy Grail existed, we shouldn't be killing each other. It should be shared with, like, power of love and friendship, right? This is an anime game. Don't we do the love and friendship thing?
You poor fool. A reasonable opinion. However, not an option we have the luxury of. Only one can obtain the Holy Grail. We cannot ourselves choose who. That is for the Grail to decide. The selection of the 7 masters and the summoning of 7 servants are all determined by the Grail itself. I mentioned that this was a ritual. The Holy Grail selects those who are worthy of possessing it, and then each against the other to select a soul bearer. That is what the Holy Grail is, a sort of necromantic ritual, where those chosen by the Grail fight.
He's being super matter-of-fact about this. Still waiting if we made a choice. We have not made a choice yet. I have no response. I just stare at my left hand. There's an inscription on my hand. A mark these 2 call a command spell. As long as I got this, I can't quit. That still doesn't make sense. Just because only one person can be selected doesn't mean everyone has to die. Wait a minute. You don't actually have to kill them, Emiya. The ritual doesn't require you to kill the master. You said it's a battle to the death.
You do kill each other.
Kirai, shush! Okay. So the Holy Grail here is a spirit form. It's not, like, tangible. The streaming is going quite well. Having a fun time as we're doing a whole lot of exposition for our boy Shiro Emiya as he's learning about the Holy Grail War. And we're actually learning some information. I'm glad we're actually addressing some of the questions that I actually have about this. Just so you know, I have, like, a tiny bit of information about, like, spoilers in this game. Not much, because I saw the anime for this, like, 10 years ago after falling in love with Fate Zero. But I didn't like Fate Stay Night, the anime, and honestly, I literally think I only remember, like, one spoiler from it. It's a big spoiler, but I only remember one thing. So, like, 99% of this is blind. No, I hit the auto. No. Summoning can be done just by using mages, as long as it's in spirit form. We can't touch it. Do you understand what that means? Also doing lots of fun little voice acting. Hope you're having a lovely day, Maestro. I do. Only spirit forms can touch spirit forms. Oh, so that's why you need the servants. Exactly. To put it simple, the goal of the Holy Grail War is for you to eliminate the other servants other than your own. There's no rule that said you have to kill the master. I just really want to kill people. Super angsty right now. Why didn't they just tell me this?
Honestly, Tosaka and the priest are both pretty wicked. Wicked cool. That's a relief. That means Tosaka won't have to die even if I join the war.
I suppose that is one way to look about it. Then let me ask you this, Shiro Emiya. Do you think you can beat your own servant?
Huh? Defeat Saber? Of course not. Besides, Magecraft is useless against her and she's super strong with a sword.
Then one more question for you, though it may be a trifling one. Do you think yourself superior to your servant?
Huh? Why the heck's he asking me this? I can't beat Saber. There's no way I'm better than her. My answer to both these questions is, I'm weaker than my servant. Oh.
Now you get it. Servants have enough trouble defeating other servants. So what could you do? It is simple, really. A servant cannot exist without their master. No matter how powerful the servant, they will disappear once their master is killed, which means...
I get it. Nobody would make things harder for themselves. If somebody wanted to make sure they won, killing the master would be super easy. I get it now. It's easier to defeat the master than the servant. But let me ask you this. If the servant's defeated first, is their master no longer a master? If servants are the only one who can touch the grail, then a master who lost their servant becomes obsolete. Delete! Delete! Delete!
No, as long as command spell remains, they have a right to remain a master. A master is simply a mage who can make a contract with a servant. As long as they have a command spell, they can form contracts with as many servants as they want.
A servant who loses their master does not disappear immediately. They can remain in the world until they run out of magical energy. Servants who lose their master, masters who lose their servants, can forge new contracts together and return to battle.
Which is why masters seek to kill other masters. Allowing others to live may pose a greater risk later on.
I fade away and classify myself as obsolete. Obsolete! Ah, yes. And what if you use up the command spells? That means you can't form another contract, and the servant who gets free can pair up? Wait, that's...
You are correct. If you use up your command spells, you will be freed from your duties as a master. Although, it's hard to believe any mage would waste their command spells, since each can perform extremely powerful magecraft. And were there such a stupid, idiot fool of a master, they would be a fool as well as a coward. The priest laughs as though he could see right through me. Whoopsie. This is starting to get to me. The priest's tone is provoking. Do you understand now? And here endeth the lesson. Now let us return to where we began. Shiro Emiya. You mentioned you had no intention of becoming a master. Do you still feel that way? If you want to forfeit your position as master, that is fine too. As you have just pointed out, you can use up your command spells to terminate your contract with Saber. And should you do so, I will guarantee your safety until this Holy Grail ends.
Well, wait a minute. How could you guarantee that? I can protect myself. I have the power of making like a rolled up poster kind of hard.
I honestly do not have time to look after you, but those are the rules. I have been assigned to oversee this repeating Holy Grail War. Thus, I must ensure the sacrifices made during the Holy Grail War be kept to a minimum. Protecting the safety of mages who are no longer masters is one of my most important responsibilities as overseer.
I love this guy. He's a good guy. He's such a nice dude. Did you say repeating Holy Grail? What? Repeats? So this has happened before. What do you mean? Are you saying this isn't the first Holy Grail War?
Of course not. Do you think an overseer would have been dispatched were this the first time? This church is a special agency responsible for collecting relics. Our organization's original goal was to investigate and recover the true cross. the true cross of some mysterious random saint who we're not going to mention by name. But here, our duty is to assess the Holy Grail. Our job is to investigate the 726th Holy Grail. 726th! That was detected in the Far East and recover it, if it indeed is real, and if not real, we will repudiate? Repudiate? Don't know that word. 726, there have been that many Holy Grails? Who knows? At the very least, it means there are that many objects thought to be Holy Grails. And one of those is the Holy Grail observed in this town, which triggered a Holy Grail War. According to the extant records, the first battle occurred about 200 years ago. Since then, masters fought over it every 50 years or so. This will be the 5th Holy Grail War. The last one happened about 10 years ago, so this is the shortest cycle yet. Are you nuts? You guys have done this 4 times? Yes, one of them was in a super duper cool anime. I quite agree. As you pointed out, this has been repeated many times. That's right. In the past, the repeated Holy Grail Wars have been exceedingly fierce. Masters were driven by their own desire, as they killed each other indiscriminately, forgetting their disciplines as mages. You may already know this, but the biggest sin to commit as a mage is practicing magecraft in normal society. Mages must never reveal their identity to others. But the masters of the past broke that law. The Mages Association finally tasked an overseer to crack down on masters like them. But that system only put in place by the time the 3rd Holy Grail War. And the first overseer was my father. Does that make sense now, boy? Yeah, I get the overseer is needed. The 3rd Holy Grail, this world's, or this area's 3rd Holy Grail War was the first one with an overseer. Got it. Because the first 2, everyone was just like, we're just doing magic everywhere. Thank you for the intel. But based on what you're saying, this Holy Grail War is fundamentally kind of a bad thing, right? In what way is it fundamentally bad? The previous masters broke the law of mages. Let's say the Holy Grail is real. What if whoever survives and wins is selfish and uses the Holy Grail for selfish purposes? Wouldn't it be pretty bad if the Holy Grail went to someone with no problem with killing people? If the Association's job is to supervise mages, shouldn't you be the one punishing those folk? I'm hoping to finally confuse him with that question. But as I figured, Kodamine just laughed condescendingly. Of course not. All mages are motivated by their self-interests. I am only responsible for managing the rules of the Holy Grail War. I do not care what happens afterwards. The Association does not intervene no matter what sort of person obtains the Holy Grail. But that's absurd! What happens if the Holy Grail is obtained by a master who's the worst? That would be bad, but it is out of our control. The Holy Grail is the one chooses its owner, and we do not have the power to stop a master that has been chosen by the Holy Grail. The chalice is capable of granting any desire. Whoever obtains it will be able to do as they please, I'm sure. So if that idea troubles you, your path is clear. Survive and win. Doing this yourself would be the approach most certain to work, as opposed to relying on others. Kodamine's clearly trying not to laugh at me. It's like he's enjoying watching my awkwardness. What is wrong, my boy? I thought that was a rather good idea. Do you care to accept it? That's none of your business. First of all, I got no reason to fight. I'm not interested in the Holy Grail, nor do I even feel like a master, even if you tell me otherwise. So, you do not care what the winner of the Holy Grail does with it, even if it may lead to a great catastrophe. Well, that... can't argue. Darn, this guy's just really hard to deal with. He doesn't care about my feelings, and he is relentless with all the information. So much exposition! If you have no reason to fight, that is fine too. That must mean you do not care what happened 10 years ago. 10 years ago? That is right. Towards the end of the previous Holy Grail War, an unworthy master touched the Grail. I do not know what that master desired. All we know is the disaster that followed. Backstory! For a second, the image of that heck flashes before my eyes. Wait, don't tell me that. That is right. It is the catastrophe everyone in this town knows very well. 500 people were killed or wounded. 134 buildings burned to the ground. That fire, which is still unexplained to this day, was a consequence of the Holy Grail War. I feel sick. My tummy is a rumbly. My vision blurs. Did my heart explode again? I lose focus and I can't concentrate. My legs are about to buckle. Before that can happen, I plant my feet. I grit my teeth to maintain my composure. Raw, seething anger is the only thing holding my tummy ache at bay. Emiya, what's wrong? You're white as a sheet. I know that wasn't a pleasant topic, but come on. Why don't you just rest? Take a nap. I must look super pale. I know it's rare for someone like Tosaka to be concerned about me. Don't worry. I feel better after seeing you. Look at me so weird. You're so pretty. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing. Exactly what I said, so don't worry about it. I guess that's okay. Hey, that's even worse, you blockhead! The school's honors student smacks me upside the head. And just like that, my nausea and anger disappear. Thanks. You really did me a favor. Yay, punching people to help them! There's still a few things I have to ask. More exposition, really? You still have questions, by all means. Let's get this over with. I'm sure he knows what I want to ask. He urges me. Fine by me. I'm not letting him get the better of me. You said that this is the 5th Holy Grail War. Has anyone ever obtained the Holy Grail? Of course not. Every war ends with everyone dead. Then, don't jump to conclusions. Obtaining it is the easy part. After all, this church actually manages and is in possession of the Holy Grail. If you're wondering whether someone has touched it, I'll have you know that I touch it every day. What? The Holy Grail is just here in the church? Well, it is just a vessel. It's quite empty. As Rin said earlier, the Holy Grail is in spirit form. The church is safekeeping a well-made replica of the Holy Grail. We use it as the catalyst to draw the real Holy Grail out and create a wish-granting device it becomes. I suppose it is similar to a master and servant relationship, and yes, there was indeed a man who obtained the Holy Grail which temporarily turned real. So the Holy Grail was real. What happened to the guy that obtained it? Nothing. The Holy Grail never reached its complete form because a foolish man let his sentiments get the better of him. Huh? I don't know what happened to this overbearing attitude from the moment before, but the priest looks regretful. What do you mean? Didn't the Holy Grail appear? Manifesting the Holy Grail is easy. 7 servants appear, and then sometime later, the Holy Grail does as well. As Rin pointed out, there is no real need to kill other masters. But that is not enough to complete a Holy Grail. The Grail selects a worthy owner for that reason. A man who avoided the battle was unable to obtain the Holy Grail. It just means it's useless to obtain the Holy Grail without setting things with the other masters. The master who got their hands on the Holy Grail during the last war was a wuss. They didn't want to fight the other masters and just ran. The sock almost spit up the words, then goes back to averting her eyes. You're kidding! Does that mean Kotomin Was one of the masters from the previous war, and even though he obtained it, he dropped out because he refused to fight? Yeah, that's probably it. Kotamine, you didn't fight? I did. Halfway. But I made a bad decision. Consequently, and I only obtained an empty Holy Grail. I suppose that must have been my limit. The rest of the masters were monstrously strong, terrifying even. I immediately lost my servant, and I was taken under my father's protection. In retrospect, the son of the Overseer shouldn't have become a master in the first place. It led to my father's death. After that, I assumed his role as Overseer and have been protecting the Holy Grail at this church. Kotamine turns his back to me as he speaks. Such a good man. Love this guy. There's reverence in his voice, and I see the devotion in his eyes before he turns. We have nothing further to discuss. Those qualified to obtain the Holy Grail are masters who have servants. The moment there is only one of the 7 of you left standing, the Holy Grail shall manifest before you. Thank you, Saribot. Glad I finally got you to work. I thought I had Saribot for like 2 years on my channel, but I didn't. Whoops. So tell me, will you join this Holy Grail war? The priest looked straight down at me, demanding my final decision. I'm at a loss for words. Earlier I had no reason to fight. Now I have a reason and a will to fight. Can I truly say as much? Are you still unsure? Listen. You do not become a master just by saying that's what you want. Rin has been training as a mage for many years, but that never meant she was guaranteed to be a master. The only thing you can decide beforehand is whether to prepare yourself to be a master or not. Only mages can be selected to be masters. If you are a mage, you should have already been prepared. However, if you are still lacking resolve, there is nothing to be done. But that makes both you and your mentor failures. A mage like you would only be a nuisance in battle, so you might as well get rid of your command spells right now. Gasp! He doesn't need to ask anything else. Here's our choice. Go for... This has got to be a bad end. Let's do it. Bad ending! Destroy the seal. Heck yeah, we're just gonna drop it. Like, he said he's gonna take care of us, so we're just gonna hang out with a priest for, like, the next week or so until this war is over. That sounds super cool. This guy's awesome. I can't go along with this. A gruesome battle to the death is wrong. What is wrong? Will you fight? You must decide and declare your intention here and now, Shiro Emiya. Yeah, he doesn't need to ask anymore. Kind of decided. I'm not going to fight. I forfeit my rights as master. I look right in the priest's eyes as I answer. I see. That is a shame. There is nothing I can do if that is the will of the master. As of now, Shiro Emiya has forfeited his right as master, and he is withdrawn from the Holy Grail War. Any objection, Rin? Huh? Why would the priest ask Tosaka and not me? I don't mind. If that's Emiya's decision, there's nothing I can say to change it. I suppose seeing your regret is enough for me. Then we shall proceed. Shiro Emiya, your left arm, please. Fine, but what are you gonna do? You said I just gotta use some commands. I just gotta be like, Saber, get me some ice cream. Saber, get me even more ice cream. And Saber, get me like the ice cream with like the Butterfinger crumble in it. Those are good uses of the command seal. Little too close. Too close. It will be over quickly. I am simply removing the command spell from your hand. There are 2 factors that make a master. One is the contract formed with the servant. The other is the command spell on your hand. By losing both, you will be freed from this Holy Grail War. The priest takes my left arm, This will hurt. Try to relax. His fingers plunge into my arm! 5 fingers dig mercilessly. I feel like we should have music for this. Some like intense music, please. Ah! My entire body jerks from pain. I hear the sound of tearing flesh. This is not my mind playing tricks. Even if it's some sort of illusion, I can feel my arm being torn apart. But my arm is unscathed, though. Ow! Somehow the priest's fingers are just still digging into my arm. Not cool. It's as if his fingers have become intangible and moved through my flesh. It is complete. The operation is successful. Huh? I look at my left arm. There's not a single wound. Yet I feel a bruising pain throbbing on my whole arm. Ouchie! In exchange for that unpleasant feeling, the inscription on my hand changed shape. Or there are fewer strokes. Yes, there are a total of 3 strokes in a command spell. Here I took 2. Think of him as like a spirit doctor performing some kind of spirit surgery, removing a lesion without hurting your physical body. A spirit doctor? If I remember correctly, they're specialized mage who can treat people like that. I hear they perform magecraft using a type of curse to remove tumors. That's super cool. That's a surprise. Spiritual treatments are illegal and used only in uncivilized parts of the world. A man of the church shouldn't be practicing something like that. Are you going to tattletale on me? That was uncalled for. I was unfit to be a priest the moment I acquired the ability to perform magecraft. As such, my preferred type of magecraft hardly matters, given that having the choice at all is what made me unfit to be a priest. It matters not if I perform expert or basic magecraft. This is the one and only thing I am good at. I trained in many types of magecraft, but this is the one that stuck. My magecraft specializes in opening wounds, which may be interpreted as both good and bad. I do admit that I am inferior to my pupil over there in disciplines of other magecraft. Good or bad? Of course it's good. There aren't many spiritual doctors as skilled as you. Association, and there's only a handful who can mend spirits and handle sacraments. Who knows? This may be a superior method of treatment, but the fact of the matter is, it still relies on physical contact with the body. It is far from the miracle of touching the soul itself, which is proof of one's existence. Either way, the extraction of the command spells is complete. The rest is up to you, Shiro and Emiya. You must use your final command spell and sever your contract with your servant. Sever my contract with my servant? That's right, you need to request to resolve your contract with Saber. Saber will likely refuse, which is why here I left the command spell to make her agree. There you have it. You will use your command spell and sever your contract with Saber, ultimately declaring to other masters that you are harmless. And with that, you will be free. No sensible master would bother attacking a powerless master at that point. By relinquishing this power you never expected to gain, you will reclaim your wonderful, peaceful life. Was it wonderful? I mean, Shinji's in my life. Unilaterally dissolving my contract with Saber. I'm kind of betraying her. And after she put on the cute raincoat and everything. Even if it was by chance, I did summon her and she did protect me. Did I make a mistake? Is this a bad ending? Oh no! What are you doing? You need new incantation to activate the command spell. You must focus your thoughts on the spell and order your servant. You either tell Saber directly, or you can simply cut your contract here. It is your choice. No, my mind is made up. I can't turn back now, and the priest probably wouldn't let me. I'll go and talk to Saber. I won't be a master anymore after this. Who knows? Maybe I'll be able to get Saber's phone number.
Let's go say goodbye. Goodbye, Shiro Emiya. Yep, thank you, Seribot. Didn't like you anyway, Days in 974. You were probably a jerk. You said fake stuff. But that's what we got Seribot around here. Seribot automatically takes care of the spammers, so I don't have to stop and type in ban, slash, block, all that fun stuff. Seribot does it for me. Thank you, Seribot. I step outside the church. She's there, waiting at the stone pavement. Have you finished your conversation, Master? Yes, I learned what all the exposition is. With that in mind, Saber, I quit. Those green eyes regard me knowingly, as if my decision was the most natural thing in the world. Does that mean you will be nullifying your contract with me? Yeah, kinda not fit to be a master, and you're better off forming a contract with someone more capable rather than, sticking with a bum like me. Yes, if I seek to improve my chances, I should form a contract with another mage. Archer's Master should be able to draw out my full potential. There! You agree to sever our contract? I'm going to use my command spell to dissolve it, so you should be free. Shiro, I will ask you only once. Is your mind made up about abandoning your... Well, I've already decided. I've already made the choice already. There was a dialogue tree and everything. I have no intention of killing anyone. I say that as I look straight at Saber and her cute raincoat. At that moment... Oh! I stared dumbfounded directly into death itself. In the brief moment I blink, Saber has closed the distance. Ah! She sweeps my leg beneath me and I slam into the ground. Arrgh! Pain spikes through my legs after a delay. There's no blood. My legs are still there. That's kind of neat. It's a relief that I still have legs at least. She only struck my leg with a metal rod. My bones are cracked and my legs hurt as if they've been shattered. But they're still there, I guess. Shiro, a mage who is no longer a master will die at their servant's hands. No matter how inexperienced you are, you summoned me, and you have the power to keep me in this world. A servant requires a master. If you were to sever the contract, I will kill you and take your body. Your magic circuits. You're going to possess me? What? Is it too late to take back? I didn't have being possessed by Saber on my bingo card for today. Do you still want to relinquish your role as my master? I try to ignore the pain and concentrate on looking up at Saber. I guess it could be worse. I could be being possessed by... Hey, it's not Shinji. It's not Shinji. I'll take being possessed by Saber. I'll accept it. I sense no hostility or murderous intent. It's as natural as breathing. Saber will kill me without remorse or regret, simply to remain in the world. Even so, that's right. Even if I change my mind right now, I wouldn't do it. And it's not just because I only have one spell left. I want nothing to do with this war. I disavow my position as a mage. Having a master like me will only end in your defeat. I was defeated. If I refuse to fight once, I'll do the same a second time. Every time I find myself in that position, I'll regret fighting. Me being a master would put not only me, but also Saber in jeopardy, and she's just a girl! Then you have no objection to me killing you here. I cannot become a spirit. I cannot become a spirit, and I cannot take in your spirit. Yours will be a painful death. Are you willing to accept that? I'm not willing to fight, but I'm even less willing to just be killed. I guess I'm gonna resist. I'm gonna, try to do the whole running away thing, although you did shatter all the bones in my legs, which makes it kind of awkward and hard to do that. I psych myself up and glare back at Saber, refusing to let her overwhelm me. And then... Saber... Very well. Use your command spell. It is your decision.
I have no right to intervene. Ah! Do not worry. I simply failed to build sufficient trust with my master this time. If you sever our contract using your command spell, I will be free. This body will only last roughly 2 hours, but it is simply a matter of finding a new master in that time. Saber lays it out just kind of matter-of-factly, kind of inspired by her resolve. I concentrate my thought on the command spell and break the contract. Now you'll be free. Our alliance was brief. Well, now you will be free. Our alliance was brief, but your magic energy was pleasant to me. I shall never see you again, but I do pray you survive the battle. Okay, she's not going to possess us. Okay. The silver armor moves away. I realize I have the urge to call out to her, but I smother it before I embarrass myself. I have no right to call out to her. She didn't blame me for arbitrarily severing our contract, and was concerned for my safety till the very end. You know, outside of the whole shattering my legs thing. Since I pushed her hand away and stepped down from the Holy Grail War, I'm in no position to call out to her. We're still going? This is the bad end, right? Why is it still going? I guess I haven't died a painful death, and I guess my legs are only super duper sore and not shattered like it's implied they were. My chest hurts. My chest, you know, where my heart exploded. I should go home. Nothing good is going to come for me going back to the church. You should go back to the church. Like, the priest said, hey, you need to stay here and be protected by me. Like, that's how I interpret what he was saying. It's like, if you're jobbing out of the war, you need to stay here and be protected by me until it's over. So we're just an idiot. Why would we need to be protected? We can handle ourselves. Yes, we can handle ourselves. We've only accidentally almost killed ourselves once when we were putting our daily rod in our back, and we've also had our heart exploded today. Nothing that probably needs to be looked at by a hospital or a magic hospital doctor priest man. Don't need to worry about that. I swear if Shinji kills me. We're gonna get killed, and I swear if it's Shinji. We're skipping to us getting killed. You. What's worse? Child or Shinji's worse? Shinji's worse. But this is probably the second worst option. I raise my head towards the sound of a girl speaking in a hushed voice. The blue moon hangs overhead. Standing at the top of the hill leads back to my house. Should have stayed with the priest like it was strongly... I thought it straight up said, you are staying here until the end of the Holy Grail War, and I just walked away with injured legs and a freshly exploded heart. Shiro, you're an idiot. You deserve this. You super deserve this. Grr. Then, I'm not sure. There was no time to see them. No moment to exchange words or even a chance for me to run away. The strange figure. A dark giant. Can I call him a dark giant? Is that okay? Swings his weapon. The blow creates such an overpressure that it takes... Arg! It flies off. What flies from the base? The hill behind me is stained red. Oh, wet as if a rainstorm just passed by, but the ruined, torn part of my body remains pink. Blood slowly oozes out. Agony and terror creeps over me. Berserker. I forgot. I didn't realize I hadn't taken her voice away yet, but like, sure. I want to keep this voice so I can hear it in my head so I can hate her even more than I already hate her.
I tumble. I'm kneeling forward, but my knees are bent in the wrong direction. Ah! If you hate Ilya, I will not join anymore. I'm willing to give her a chance. It's literally just like her first line was like one of my least favorite tropes ever. I'm willing to give her a chance. And like I don't hate her for this. I don't hate her for this. I am kind of joking about this part. Which means the monster in front of me. Hey, I'm just glad Shinji didn't kill me. I'm cool with. I am so much better with her killing me. I would sit up straight, except, you know, legs different directions. I'm not sitting in this position on purpose. My consciousness begins to fade. Thank goodness. The girl's innocent voice seems out of place in the situation. Arrgh. I look up. I can't breathe. Part of my chest is just missing, leaving a gaping hole right through me. I fall backwards on the ground. Just end me. Both my legs are folded like caterpillar treads. They're super broken and won't move. My apologies to Saber for saying she broke my legs. No, she didn't do anything. Bad ends get very graphic, as you can see. Yeah, I'm curious if we're going to get like an actual visual, but well, I'm assuming it's just the descriptions. I use my one working arm to grasp the asphalt and drag myself. That's gonna work. Yeah, Shiro, that's gonna work. I want her to curb stomp me. I want her to curb stomp Shiro just for his stupidity. I don't want Berserker to do it. I want the small child to curb stomp me because this idiot deserves it. My body feels light. I've lost half my blood. Kind of astonishing I'm still unconscious. Kind of hate it. I really hate that. My brain is starved for oxygen. It should have stopped functioning already. Curb stomp, curb stomp, curb stomp. See, she is going for a curb stomp. Ah! Ah! That's a lot of ah. I feel myself being crushed, and not in a good way. Whatever that weapon is, it crushes me like a hydraulic press. It flattens my entire body like a sheet of paper. I can't die. The only blood I have left is in my head. My body isn't functioning, and my nerves have already accepted death. Waiting to be relieved from the pain, yet somehow I cling to consciousness. Yeah, Shiro's gonna be alright. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. My throat whistles. Hey, I can finally whistle. Whistle while you work. No, I can't whistle. Dang it, stop lying to me, Shiro. You deserve this. Sound echoes in my head. My mind is a muddled mess. I just want to escape the pain, not master anymore. I appeal, begging for help. A moment of hope. Girl gasps in surprise. She smells like an angel as she says this. Screw you, child. Screw you. But for real, how do I explain this to the insurance company?
We're pretty flattened, so we can just say it was a rogue steamroller. Rationality abandons me. I'm not gonna get away from this. No, duh. I feel that down to my soul. I'm gonna die.
私でも抱き上げられるくらいになったかな。それじゃあお兄ちゃん、私のお城に招待してあげる。お城に帰ればいっぱい道具があるから、そこでゆっくりと続きをしよう。
Oh Lord. No matter how much I hurt, my consciousness won't die. Berserker, you suck. Can't even kill anyone right. Because it doesn't die, I numb my psyche. I don't know how much longer my head is going to remain intact. I've already lost all hope. Yay, our first bad ending! The Tiger Jogo is a light-hearted hint segment. Players who want to complete the game on their own or avoid out-of-character situations should proceed with caution. I do want to complete this on my own, but Tiger Jojo probably means more Tiger, and Tiger is the best character. So yes, we're getting Tiger. Hello! Is everyone doing good? Good players should only play an hour of games per day. Yeah, about that. Anyway, this is the Tiger Jojo, your helpful segment that deals punishing blows to those who died pathetically while also solving all your problems just like that. Anyway, this whole segment does seem to do a complete 180 from the rest of the game, so what's the point? Answer, disciple number 1.
この道場はニブチネバカチーナ城を救う舞台裏で、言うなればフェイトを支える大黒柱であります。
Do we get rid of her voice yet? Also, the text and the names of saying who's speaking, I want that. I want that in this game more. I want it. Marvelous! Bravo! Avocado! Very good. Anyway, you may have realized this by now, but this dojo itself is Fate's very core. Meet the two true main characters. Don't get tricked by those fake heroines acting all high and mighty in the main story. And if you see any choice that seems to be a little suspicious, don't hesitate to choose them. Heck yeah, I'm okay with this. More Taiga in my life. Taiga is like the best character, and it's not even close. Now, Sakura's pretty cool, but like, it's Taiga, Sakura, I guess Saber. Everyone else is just below that. Anyway, this time, Shiro, I mean, he got squished super good. What? Who does that kind of thing? It must be a real jerk. What do you think about that, my disciple?
これは愛情の裏返しによるキュートでポップなジェノサイドなのだ。
I think we need to lock the child up. Wrong! Thank you, Taiga.
間違えました。これは二つながらないお兄ちゃんがあるヒロインのご機嫌を損ねちゃった結末です。
Exactly. He shamelessly broke the honorable samurai spirit by showing his back to the enemy. He committed literal seppuku, suicide by disembowelment. So from now on, make sure you choose lots of cowardly choices. You'll have no trouble dying again. Thank you for the hint. You hear that? Pick the choice that doesn't tick off Ren to win. Got it. But you know, this is a Q&A segment by name, so I suppose I need to listen to your problems. Disciple number 1, what is the appropriate countermeasure for this?
選択肢に戻って違う方を選べばいいのであります。
Thank you for telling me how to play a visual novel choice branching based game. Very good. Unexpected deaths like this. No, this one was expected. This was super expected. So saving right before you make a decision should be a standard practice. That is it for this time. I shall see you at the next practice.
またねー。
Thank you, Tiger. Restart from the most recent decision point. Heck yeah. Oh, thank you for making it that easy. Fine, I'll fight. I'm not going to run away and get disemboweled and then have my head carried around by a small child and probably be experimented on. There might be a head swapping scenario in which she'll put me on like a Ken doll or something. I kind of don't want that. Do I want that? No, I don't want that. No. We need to access the morphogenetic field. Heck yeah. I can access the morphogenetic field right here. Heck yeah. Hey, Taiga. In case anyone needed to see all the choices I've made so far. Again, no idea what causes that branch. I did something to either take off Sakura over here. Chose to hang out with Sakura down here. Chose to not hang out with Isai. And I chose to hang out with Sakura for my first choice. Yay, Sakura! I mustn't run away. I say after running away. But if my... I also learned we're only supposed to play this an hour a day, so, I'm a bad boy. Even the priest told me that I should be prepared if I'm a mage. That's why I need to decide. Shiro Emiya is a mage, not even a full-fledged one. I've always admired Kiritsugu Emiya, and I decided to follow in his footsteps to be a champion of justice. So I will fight as a master! So I don't get disemboweled. You're telling me that the cause of the fire 10 years ago was the Holy Grail War? Then I can't let that happen again. The priest gives me a satisfied smile. I take a deep breath. I'm done wavering. A man has said he's gonna fight. Only thing I can do is move forward, hold my head up high, so I could live up to that. And I shall acknowledge you as Saber's master. As of this moment, the Holy Grail War has been accepted. From here on, until only one master remains, magecraft battles are permitted. Each participant shall put their full efforts into the competition, in accordance with their own principles. The priest's voice echoes heavily through the chapel. The declaration is kind of meaningless. I mean, only Tasaka and I can hear it, but it's like a metaphor. Metaphors are super important.
Why do all of you get the pizza while I get the crust?
Oh, I can't take all these metaphors!
I need to turn that one down. That one is too loud. I haven't messed with like the volume of my sound alerts in a while, but that one is just like, okay, that one was too loud. My bad. Good to know. It's good to remember these things. And that's that. Before I go home, can you answer a question, Kirai? I don't mind. This may be the final one, so I shall try to answer as much as I can. Then no holds barred. Since you're the overseer, you probably have information on all the other masters. I'm following the association's rules, so you should be able to disclose that to me. Well, I'm not sure what to do. I really do want to tell you, but I actually do not know the details. What I do know is that there aren't many legitimate mages this time around, as is the case with Shiro Emiya. I only know 2 masters, or rather, with the inclusion of Shiro Emiya, I know 3. Is that so? But you at least know the order of the servants were summoned in. You are the overseer. Well, the first was Berserker. The second was Caster. There was not much difference after that. Archer was summoned a few days back, while Saber was summoned hours ago. I see, then that means... That means the Holy Grail Wars officially started. If I lost my servant and asked for sanctuary, right? Otherwise, we'll get penalized if we seek your help. Correct. You are likely to win, but the Church will not simply ignore any marks against you. They will not hesitate to take the Holy Grail from you for whatever asinine reason. That would be the worst possible outcome. You're such a freaking fraud of a priest, a man of the Church siding with the Mages Association? I simply serve God. I do not serve the church. Heck yeah, I believe that. Listen to you, that's why you're a fraud. Tosaka turned her back on the priest, and without saying goodbye, she made her way to the exit. Is that okay to do, Tosaka? Isn't he your senior? Shouldn't you have, like, a little more to say than that? They had the frickin' frame for the head turn hair animation. Alright. It's fine. I'm actually relieved I can just sever ties with him once and for all. You should get out of here too. You don't have more business here. Tosaka cuts through the chapel without stopping and just leaves. I sigh and follow Tosaka, but then, grrr, I sense something and turn around. Ah, too close! I don't know when he caught up, but the priest is kind of stalking me a little bit. You got something else to say? I'm talking big, but I take a step back. This priest scares me. I don't know what it is. Maybe it just rubs me the wrong way. Whatever it is, I can't make myself... Hey, get cool. I like this guy. Shiro, you do not speak for me. I like this priest guy. He seems super cool and super trustworthy. I'm going home if you got nothing. I head to the exit, trying to escape his I go to the exit trying to escape his stare, but at that moment... Rejoice, my boy. Your wish will finally come true. The priest speaks like he's some sort of oracle. Those words. Are they a reflection of my true feelings? Shiro Emiya's true intentions? And I'm not aware of? What are you saying? I am sure you know already. Without an evil to fight, your wish will never be granted, even if you don't want to admit it. A hero of justice requires a villain to fight. Erg! Everything around me goes dark. The priest says Shiro Emiya's greatest wish and his ugly wish are two sides of the same coin? My wish to protect something means that I'm also wishing for something to protect people from. Why, you... I would never wish something like that. I don't even remember desiring that. A wish so unstable just means what I'm aspiring to is contradictory. Yet the priest brings it up as if to say, good thing you have an enemy now. You needn't sugarcoat it. Your conflict is only natural for a human being. Ugh. I try to shake off the priest's words and just head outside. Farewell, Shiro Emiya. This will be my final warning. Be careful on your way home. Don't get disemboweled by a small girl. The world as you know it is about to change. You will kill or be killed, for you are a master now. Bye, Kirai. Bye, best friend. I'm going to miss you. Love you. Please protect. You should have protected me in the first one, but the guy was too stupid. Might because I'm away from the priest, but it might because I see Tosaka in her uniform and the blonde girl in a raincoat. Slightly mismatched. Sight of those two together relieves whatever pressure I was under. Saber's still silent. She looks at me, seemingly wanting to know what I decided. Let's go. We're going in the same direction till we reach town. Or Tosaka said that. Whatever. Saber and I follow, and the three of us leave the church grounds. We're at an ad break. I'm going to use this to do a quick anti-hydrate. Be right back.
And we are back. How's that flowchart looking? Oh boy, we got more choice. It's all gonna go poorly. Oh, it's gonna go so poorly. We walk down the hill. We haven't talked much on the way here, but there's even less conversation on our way back. Even someone as dull as me knows why. After our visit to the church, I kind of accepted the position of a master. Whoopsie. Must be why Tosaka's keeping her distance. I get it. But I don't like the idea of seeing Tosaka in that light. Tosaka, how's your servant? Oh, if you're wondering, Archer is fine. The injury is sustained, won't be easy to heal, but he won't materialize for a while though. Does that mean he isn't by your side? No, he's cooped up in my house. He'd be at a disadvantage if he was ambushed. Unlike my house, I'm sure Tosaka's health is well fortified against enemies. The mage's house is like a fortress. There's not much chance of defeating him there, which means enemies try not to attack at home. Bounded field around our house just notifies us of intruders, but even that makes a big difference. By the way, Tosaka, the priest mentions he was the overseer of the Holy Grail War. That means he knows who your servant is? He shouldn't know. I never told him. I see. You guys seem to get along. So I thought you had. You guys seem like the best friends who totally get along with each other. I bet you guys have sleepovers and talk about boys and all sorts of stuff. And archers. Emiya, I'm going to give you a little advice. Never tell anyone your servant's identity, no matter how much you trust that person. Shut up, otherwise you're dropping out early. What do you mean, Saber's identity? I'm talking about which hero your servant is. No matter how strong, revealing their strength to others is just going to be a knife in the back. Just ask her her true name later. You'll understand when you learn about her. Actually, it might be better if she just doesn't tell you because you're, a dummy. You can't keep secrets. You might not be the best chance of keeping a secret, Who do you think I am? I can follow a strategy like that at least. No, I can't. I'm going to blab it to everyone on Twitch. Are you sure? Does that mean there's something you're hiding from me? Something I'm hiding from you? Well, I feel my cheeks blush as she looks at me. Boy, it sure would be unfortunate if Saber's identity, one of the biggest plot twists in the route, was completely common knowledge to anyone who has even the slightest knowledge of anything related to the Fate franchise. I know. I shouldn't... it's to the point where it's like, oh yeah, that is a spoiler. I shouldn't feel guilty, but I wonder if secretly idolizing your counts in this context. See, I don't know what it is, but your face tells me you're hiding something. That's why you're not fit for this. There's plenty of other good things about you, so stop thinking of stupid tactics like these. But what about you? If you're mum about your servant even to the priest, does that mean you don't trust him? You're right, of course not. I'm not naive enough to trust him. He's just a big hypocrite who switches sides with the church to the Mages Association. Yet he still has a seat at the church. He'd spill it to other masters the second he felt like it. Tosaka huffs, obviously annoyed. Guess she really doesn't like that super nice, awesome, cool priest guy. I'm a little relieved, but at the same time, her tone of voice also conveys a sort of closeness with the priest. We cross the bridge again. Don't think any of that's probably relevant. We're just going to go home. Nothing's going to go wrong. We're going to go to sleep finally. We're finally going to begin day 4. It's where we will have to separate as our homes are in opposite directions. We should split up here. I've done my duty and things would be complicated if we stuck together. We should just part ways amicably and then tomorrow we'll be super duper enemies. Yeah, it's that road. We every time we end up going to school or go somewhere in town, we just run into this road. That's it. Yeah. There's only one road in this town, and I can't think of anything that happened the last time we were here, so. Tosaka starts talking, but suddenly is cut off when I realize something. She didn't explain the rules to me out of obligation.
She was just only trying to help me since I knew absolutely nothing to make it fair for me. That's why, the moment things have been explained, everything goes back to normal. Totally back to normal. Speaking of things that totally aren't going to happen, totally not going to be affected, I think it's time I do something dumb. Alright. Let's do that voice. It's not going to end well for anyone, and I apologize? No, I don't. You have to suffer with me. If my throat has to suffer, your ears have to suffer. That's a great approach. That's the best way to have a Twitch audience, to be totally antagonistic towards them. All that's left is us to fight each other as masters. But that would make her last words to me strange. Tosaka must admit it would be hard if she feels empathy for me. For Tosaka, everything that happened tonight was unnecessary. Things would get complicated if we stuck together any longer. If that's how she feels, she shouldn't have gotten involved with me to begin with. She's smart enough to know that, but she helped me, even knowing it wouldn't benefit her. That's how I know she had no ulterior motive for doing what she did. She did it out of the kindness of her heart. Tosaka is totally different now than she usually is at school. She's harsh and unfriendly at school. That's putting it mildly. But seeing her right now, I want to ask why the heck she acts the way she does at school. Honestly, the difference is on the level of fraud. But either way, Ren is exactly what everyone thinks she is. You know, you're a good person, Tosaka. Where'd that come from? Flattery won't make me go easy on you. I'll still kick your butt. I know that. She had to tell me it would be a pain to be empathetic because she isn't going to go easy on me. I know, but I'd rather not be enemies with you because I like people like you because you're pretty. What? I heard Tosaka's house is in the residential district with all the western houses. Kind of the opposite, but she took care of me, so I'd like to walk her home. Anyway, don't forget to run to the church the moment your servant's killed. You might actually get to live. I'm not sure about that, but I'll still take your advice. Tosaka's reaction is once again puzzling. After that weary sigh, she glances at Saber. Fine, I won't warn you anymore. At this point, it would really just be an act of empathy. Just be careful. Saber may be strong, but it's all over for you. The master winds up dead. Turns around and starts walking. And yet, she stops dead in her tracks, as though she's seen a ghost. Tosaka! The moment I call out for her, a stinging pain shoots through my left hand. Are you two done chatting? A young voice echoes in the night, a sing-songy tone unmistakable from a young girl. My eyes are drawn to the top of the hill. I hadn't noticed the clouds parting, and now the brilliant moon illuminates the sky, and there... Hi. Nice to meet ya. A shadow looms. It's a strange shape that seems out of place in the darkened town. Berserker! I'm not familiar with the words Tosaka whispers. Whoops. I don't even need to ask. It's definitely a servant. Gives off an overwhelming aura of death that suppresses even the fire from 10 years ago. Surpasses. Say words. Ow. Good evening, brother. This is the second time we've met. One was in an alternate timeline, but I'm not counting that one. The girl smiles. Her innocence sends a chill up my spine. No, the chill goes deeper than that. It's not just my body, even my mind's frozen. That thing is monstrous. I'm not even looking in its eyes, but its intimidating presence terrifies me. My instincts tell me I am dead the instant I move.
Feels like someone's pressing a knife against my tummy. Oh no, he's in a different league. All I managed to do is stand there. Tosaka is composed enough to brace herself, but even that seems futile. I can only see her back, but I still sense her despair. Oh, your servant's resting. That's no fun. I thought I'd get rid of two at once. The young girl seems displeased as she stands at the top of the hill looking down on us. This is even worse. That girl knows that Tosaka's servant's not here. And then the girl bows gracefully, which seems kind of out of place given the mood of the situation. Very nice to meet you, Rin. My name's Ilya. Perhaps you might recognize my name, Elise von Eisenberg. Better. Eisenberg? Enjoy your sleep, Ordo. Thank you for stopping in. Tosaka trembles lightly, seeming to recognize the name. The girl smiles, seemingly delighted by Tosaka's reaction. Eisenberg. Yeah, I know. I just spoke very quickly and said the wrong thing. I will try to remember it correctly, maybe. Then here we go. Kill him, Berserker! Kill him, Berserker! In a sing-song voice, the girl orders the monstrosity behind her. No. The giant jumps. In a single leap, the Berserker sails all the way to the top of the hill to the bottom where we stand. We're hosed. Shiro, get back. Saber surges forward. Her raincoat flutters off her shoulders, blocking my view of the moment. Saber runs towards Berserker, is about to land. Berserker lands, kicking up a small torrent of air. The two meet simultaneously. The very air shakes. Saber stops Berserker's rock-like sword with her invisible sword. Saber's mouth twists as she strains, and then Berserker's giant sword moves in a flash, creating a whirlwind. Thunder. Luckily, thunder only has a 70% accuracy chance, right? Unless it's raining, then it's 100, and then we're doomed. I hear something skidding. Saber blocks Berserker's giant sword with her own, but the impact pushes her backwards. Grr! Saber buckles. The copper-skinned servant follows her. The monster swings its giant sword again and again, as if it knows how to do nothing else. Saber continues to block it, unable to dodge. Saber's sword being invisible doesn't matter. She needs to put all her strength into blocking or she's super duper dead. Saber's left with no choice but to remain defensive. The only chance Saber has to win is to find an opportunity to strike between the Berserker attacks, and yet that's only Berserker leaves an opening. His massive black rock sword moves like a raging storm. He's super duper big. Despite his size and unwieldy weapon, Berserker is faster. That's bad. His unrelenting attacks just smash whatever's in the way. Dodge roll! Use your iframes! As long as he retains his overwhelming speed and power, he doesn't really need technique. Humans devise technique to compensate for weakness. The giant kinda has no weakness. Run! The only thing I can manage to say, my body's completely frozen. That thing cannot be beaten. Saber's gonna die. That's why she needs to run! Of course, she knows that perfectly well. Show me another look at Berserker. Let's try to determine who that is, or take a guess at it. The raging storm of death simply won't let up. Saber retreats, unable to block it all. And then, the final, unblockable blow comes. Saber hangs in the air, twisting her body impossibly. Saber manages to defend! That's all she can do to defend herself from the fatal blow. But because she can't completely brace against the giant's tremendous swing, his attacks send her flying. Just before her back hits the ground, Saber turns midair. She manages to completely compose herself. The crimson bloodstains on her chest, that's bad. I'm such an idiot. I completely forgot something crucial. Saber's a girl! I don't know how many time servants could fight a day, but this is Saber's third battle. On top of that, Saber still hasn't healed from the Lancer fight. So this is super duper bad. Saber shifts her guard to protect her chest.
Berserker moves in like a violent wind. Give me just a still of him. I want to look at him. Oh, hey, Ren. Yeah, I'm big. I don't know what kind of mage trap Sataka words failing mouth, but something burst against Berserker's body from the amount of magic energy I can feel. The impact must have been equivalent to a large caliber pistol. Shoot the servant in the head. That'll work, right? Or maybe attack the small child. I'd rather attack the small child. Please, can we just hurt the small child? I feel like, I know it seems like a very like low down and dirty sort of thing, but it's just like at this point, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that strat. Who can you be? Okay, big strong guy who is going berserk. I was going to say Samson, but I don't think it's going to be Samson. Mainly because I'm pretty sure Samson is from another game in the Fate series. Who is a strong historical figure? Maybe Alexander? Any of the Greek myths. Like a Hercules, a Zeus. Probably not Poseidon. They're saying wind. They keep using wind to describe what he's doing. It could just be describing like the slash and stuff like the wind that it generates, but it could be also a hint to who he is. Who are wind gods? Yeah, Samson is Samurai Remnant. Okay, yeah. Wind gods. I'm going to look up wind gods right now. Just very quickly. See if there's someone I'm just not thinking of off the top of my head. Wind deities. Yes, I want to see a list of wind deities. Dang it, Google, stop being stupid. I don't want to... Google is being so stupid. I hate like all the updates that Google has done. Alright, looking through... Ooh, Navajo. That would be a cool one. Navajo, Pawnee. Is Quetzalcoatl wind? I can't remember if Quetzalcoatl is wind or not. Like, I think... For some reason, I think, like, snake with wings when I think Quetzalcoatl. So maybe that could be who this is. Vayu... Rudra... I don't know the Chinese ones. I don't know the Japanese ones. Oh, Fujin. I know that word. Where's some Slav ones? Yeah, I'm running down the list and I'm running out of things. So, alright. We'll worry about it later. Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with wind at all. It barely even scratches him. He isn't nullifying magical energy like what Saber does. The attacks just don't affect him. This guy is ridiculous. Achilles. He could be Achilles. Achilles is definitely now the leading candidate. Berserker just ignores Totaka's spell and charges after Saber. Saber painfully lifts her head. She readies her sword, intent to continue the fighting. The sight of her in so much pain gets me moving again. Attack his ankle! Run, Saber, run! She hears me, but she braces herself to confront the enemy. Oh, that feels like a dumb move. Again, 9 times out of 10, I wouldn't advocate for this. But with Archer down and out, Saber already super injured, I am going full on attack the child. Not a technique, not a strategy I'm proud of, and I wouldn't do it most of the time, but this is a special situation. Saber, stab the child. Will I get, is that going to be the option? Can the option be keep fighting Berserker or attack the child? She endures the Great Sword's attack. She has no chance of winning, even though she knows her demise is inevitable. She's holding her ground. That's dumb.
Maybe it sensed something from her. The monster's silence suddenly roars. Its attacks are impossible to block. Its attacks just rain down. Through her defenses are flawless, but one strike finally sent her flying. Uh-oh. There's the sound of something falling in the distance. Oh, no. Fresh blood stains her armor. Her small frame shouldn't be able to rise in yet. You look a little bit almost cut in half-ish. You okay there? Stands up without thinking. Her action says she needs to keep going or else I'll be killed. Her actions. I realize I made a foolish decision. Berserker stops after defeating Saber. Doesn't so much as look at Tosaka or me, just waits on its master's order. You can't win! My Berserker is the greatest hero of Greece. Hercules? Or, wait, is Achilles Greek? Yeah, Achilles is Greek. It could still be Greek. Wait. My brain has completely forgotten so much history. Is Achilles Greek? Yeah, it's Greek mythology, so yes. Is Hercules Greek? Hercules is Greek. Yes, Hercules is definitely Greek. My brain just needs to double check because my brain is mush right now. Yeah, Hercules is Greek. Alright, so Greek hero. I guess it could still be Zeus. The greatest... Okay, greatest hero. Zeus isn't a hero, so it's either Achilles or Hercules. That's right, the demon for you is Heracles. Yeah, it is. Okay. I thought this would not be something solved until like day 15 or something. But okay, thank you for just telling me. He's the most atrocious monster ever, and he's on a different level than any of the heroes you could summon or could handle. The girl calling herself Ilya narrows her eyes in joy. Her eyes express elation from the anticipation of finishing off her enemies. No need to ask who she's expecting to kill. Saber. What will I do? Am I going to fight that monster instead? I can't do that. Just getting near that thing without being prepared is enough to stop me. Is it going to give me the choice of attacking either Hercules or the small child? No! Let me attack the child! I deserve to attack a child. I've earned it. I earned it in a different timeline. I earned that right. Okay. I'm assuming Help Saber is the thing we're supposed to do, so we're going to be a coward. I'm going to get away from this place. Saber can't win against that monster. If I let her keep fighting, she's dead. Then, Tosaka, this way! I take Tosaka's hand and run. I'm holding a girl's hand. Squeak! If that girl's really after us, she's definitely going to give chase, which means we need to be faster than, like, what, a 10-year-old? What is she? We can outrun a 10-year-old. That means Saber might live, and we might have a chance to survive if we can get somewhere there are people. Wait, we can't just turn our backs on him. What? She shakes me off. Ow! Why'd you shotgun me in the face? And there's a fast. Tosaka moves in to protect my defenseless back. Ow! She takes the blow that was meant for me. Tosa. She turns to face me and I see her pained expression. Cough. Red stains her lips and she looks down almost curiously at the sword that's impaling her chest. What the heck was that thing?
Is that a question about her trying to protect me, or just taking Berserker's attacks? Osaka tilts her head, admitting that it had all been useless from the start. This is perfect! He's distracted with us. That means Saber can kill the child. This is the best option. 2 masters down. We're going to be victorious, and we're like 30 minutes into our first day of being a master officially. Yes, we got Tasaka killed. Saber just has to kill Ilya, and it's like this is the best route. The church, go to Kirai. Almost the instant she spoke in the word, Berserker hurls her body to the ground. My body reacts before I can think. The dark giant looms over me. As the monster throws Tosaka's body to the ground, I seize the opportunity to scream. Ah! I flee desperately like an animal injured through a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire, and Hercules just pounded me harder, and we're gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh, he's running away. Oh, brother is so cute, thinking he run away from Berserker. Keep running. Hopefully he'll break the bridge. That's my only hope at this point. He breaks the bridge. I run. Tosaka's words are echoing in my head. Get to the church. Take me to church, then maybe I will live, and that stupid jerk won't stab me through the chest like the Tosaka did. She's dead, oh man, and Saber is probably too. I'm gonna die, gotta make it to the church. Ah, crud, I feel a blow on my back. But it's not a sword. The giant's dozer blade hands strike my back, sending me flying. Will it make me fly into the church? You knucklehead, I told you not to kill him quickly. Can you not even do something as simple as that, you useless brute? If you disobey my orders again, I'll keep killing you until you're only left with your very last life. Yeah. He's alive? You threw him all that way and he's still alive? I kind of have adamantium bones. By adamantium, I mean like random pieces of metal that once again I have just shoved into my body. Hey. So you're alive, brother? You may not be able to use any magecraft, but I guess there was a reason you were chosen to be a master. Fine. If you're not going to put up a fight like this, there was no point in me coming to Japan. I can't move. Calling the state I'm in alive would be an overstatement. Goner would be closer to the mark. Nope, I'm not gonna let you die that easily. I need to hurt you more and teach you how wonderful your life was up until this point. Alright, we got a masochist on our hand. Silverhead girl holds my head down. Cold, pale fingertips freeze my skull. I know somehow I can't go back to who I was before. I'm going to turn you into an ugly doll that won't be able to die. You're going to take Kiritsugu's place from now on. Oh, she actually is going to put my head on a doll. I was joking about that. Okay. Can at least be a cool doll? It's like, what are the dolls that I'm okay with my head being stuck to? Or at least, what are the dolls I don't want my head stuck to? Not trolls. Definitely not trolls. That's the worst case. I think trolls might be worst case scenario. Cabbage Patch Kids would be down there. It's like action figures, wrestling figures, like even like Barbies would be acceptable because like I feel like those would have potentially some of like the best potential movements. If in the theoretical situation, if I've been attached to a doll, am I able to form a nervous system? And with Magecraft, I assume that's possible. I muster the last bit of sense I have
I hope Saber and Tosaka are alive. Tosaka ain't alive. Tosaka's super dead. Saber also probably dead. To the Tiger Dojo. Hello, I'm Taiga Fujimura, the instructor of Taiga Studio, a segment of the game that sweeps your dead butt back up and gets you back on your feet. The segment of everyone's dreams.
And I'm Yulia. There's no need for me to be here, but I'm doing it as a favor to Tiger.
Yeah! Disciple number 1, your name here in this dojo is Disciple Numero Uno.
I can't believe you blew me away. Oh, the phantasmic tiger bamboo sword is something to be reckoned with.
Tap the pause button. Oh, that's the save. Okay. The pause button menu now? Why am I tapping the pause button menu? Is this the voice... Is this the time you want me to have them voice acted? Next text. Tiger Bamboo Sword has been added to the weapons directory? What? We have a weapons directory? Shinai or bamboo swords are normally used as a practice tool instead of steel katana or wooden bakuto. The tiger sword is Fujini's favorite. She has been using it to see... Now is the time to seize the day. Stare down the odds and seize the day. Tiger put a keychain on it, causing her to be disqualified from several official matches due to a breach of etiquette. To this day, Fujimura family keeps this baneful blade under lock and key, for it shall not rest until it sees blood spilled. Life is good. Now I have even more reason to see all the bad endings. Dang it! It's gonna unlock flavor text. Son of a gun. Did you just hear a weird sound?
I didn't hear anything. Anyway.
No, that's what I need to do with Ilya. Ilya's insane.
I didn't hear anything. Anyway, Taiga, what's today's theme?
Yeah, need to do that. Need to have a slightly more creepy voice with her. There's even more menus like this you'll be unlocking. Heck frickin' yeah, I love this kind of thing. Like, menus like this unlocking are legit one of the reasons why 13 Sentinels is one of my favorite games of all time. And we've reached the point of the stream where I will say, hey, if you haven't played 13 Sentinels, everyone out there, play 13 Sentinels. It's one of the greatest games of all time. Well, we're going to talk about bad ends today. Let me get right to the point. Always keep in mind that in Fate, letting your guard down means only to defeat. Which makes me think like we might want to let our guard down in the other paths. There's no mercy in this game from anyone, so common sense says you should save before you make a choice. After all, Shiro's life is at like an intersection full of red lights.
Yes, Big Brother is so dense. I knew it. I need to protect him.
Chisuto!
Ouch, Mentor. That bamboo sword really hurts. Please use something gentler.
Denied! A kiddo who kills out of love needs to run 3 laps around the dojo. Get going.
What? I hate doing things that wear me out.
Don't you want a tiger stamp?
Sheesh. Fine. I'm going.
Anyway, the cause of this time was you stupid believed you could run away from that sinister kiddo. I wanted to stab the kiddo, but the game wouldn't let me. When you meet her, you either defeat her or get defeated. I wanted to do the stabbing. Being half-butt about it will get you killed, so be careful.
Tiger, there's a cat in the corner of the dojo.
Step on its tail to drive it away. And don't call me Tiger.
Okay, I drove the weird-looking cat away.
Very good, that concludes our lesson for today. The story has just begun, and once you get through this exciting part, your battles as a master will begin, or not begin, or maybe. Don't want to spoil everything.
Which is it?
maybe the training segment continues just a little bit. Are we still going to do exposition after this? Are we still going to be doing exposition on day 3 for like another couple of hours? Yes. We'll go back to the most recent choice. We're gonna save. And we're gonna take a break. Hopefully we can do this tomorrow. Hopefully my voice isn't completely shot. So I think about 2.5 hours of visual novel is good enough for the day. Oh boy, and there will be even more menus like this will be unlocking. I cannot wait. This is gonna be a huge game. I had a hope in the back of my head I would be able to get through like one in-game day on average. I'm now thinking that that might not be a possibility. I'm honestly, the fights are interesting. I will probably fast forward through the fights a little bit because those are my least favorite things to describe. I'm not enjoying reading the fights. I'm enjoying just reading out the, like, when Shiro gets stabbed or something. I think those are fun ways to act out, but I'm not enjoying reading the descriptions of the fight. Maybe if I change it to, like, an announcer voice as I read the description of the fight, maybe that'll make it more fun for me, but just, like, as of now, like, if I'm skipping dialogue, I think I'm gonna skip battle dialogue, to be honest. Or at least, like, 80% of it. But let's go see who's still streaming right now so we can share a little bit of love with someone. Let's find someone to hang out with for the day. Plus, I've got to go do the trash because it is trash night. Who is streaming? We got a lot of good choices. I don't know if we've gotten to raid this person in a while. Let's go hang out with my buddy Bromo Rangers Go. On September 1st, Bromo and I on his channel are having the big WrestleMania equivalent of the wrestling universe we've been simulating for a while. It's a legit super fun, super cool card. In the main event, we have Thanos versus Crash Bandicoot versus Snorlax. We'll also have Bromo fighting against Steve Harvey. We're going to have Elsa versus Rogue for the what Elsa says is going to be the Disney Divas Championship. We've got Spider-Gwen versus Wonder Woman for the women's title. We've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Wario and Waluigi. There's a whole lot of stuff on the wrestling card, and legitimately, I think it's real. If you have like even the slightest interest in wrestling, I legit recommend it because I think it's like a fun thing that has turned out to be actually funly booked instead of just being random simulations. So let's go see our buddy Broma. Dang it, invalid name. I forgot the S. Dang it. Range into Bromo Rangers Go. He's currently doing a little bit of Elden Ring. And if you feel like participating in the raid, we do have raid commands. You have activated my raid card because branding. Thank you so much to everyone who has bothered to hang out with me today. Names off the top of my head. Of course, Skeeth, Story Arc, Ordo, our buddy Rune Kaiden stopped in. Dark Red Dove, Worst Hero stopped by for a minute. The fact that you guys even bothered to hang out with me, whether for like the whole stream, which is like blows my mind, or just for a minute, it brings an infinite amount of joy to my life. Thank you so much for stopping by and hopefully enjoying some of my readings of Fate Stay Night and hopefully enjoying a little bit of humor out of it. All right. Thank you so much, and until next time, fare thee well. Ta-ta.